The great John Lennon once said, "Oh, Yoko," and now so can we with the WWE Mattel Elite Ringside Collectible Exclusive Yokozuna Series 3.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another From the Vault Series 3 unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got Yokozuna, the regular edition. But for all your Yokozuna needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're heading over to Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%, and you gotta go to Ringside, as that's the only place you can get this Yokozuna figure. It is a Ringside collectible exclusive, and of course, we're gonna do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're gonna take a look at the packaging, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna unbox it, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna see where it goes from there, of course. And as I mentioned, this is Yokozuna Ringside exclusive. There's also a chase in this series. We will unbox that, and we'll rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel for that video in the very near future here. But Yokozuna, I kind of scratched my head, and I believe it was San Diego Comic-Con 2024 we first found out about this Yokozuna figure. And I sat there and I just scratched my head in front of that window, and I think it was Steve Ozier and Bill McKenna both came up to me and said, "Kyle, do you have head lice?" And I said, no head lice here. I'm just scratching my head because I can't believe we're coming out with this Yokozuna figure in the Elite line when we just had two Ultimates for Target around the same time. So truly the year of Yokozuna, no doubt about it. I guess it's a Bloodline year because he's a part of the Bloodline. We know how that goes. But very crazy we get those two Yokozunas, regular and Chase, in the Ultimate Edition line. Now we get them here in the Elite line. Did they have a run on Yokozuna parts? Is there something like that? I'm not sure exactly. It reminds me of like 10 years ago when I was a kid working for Nabisco. Shout out to Nabisco, story time with Kyle. It's been a while. We came across everything was having banana. We have banana Oreos, banana Cakesters, banana Teddy Grahams. We have banana Chips Ahoy. And I said, did we buy a banana plant that nobody told me about? Is this the year of bananas? What's going on? And just like Nabisco had the year of bananas, we're having the year of Yokozuna here. For good or for bad, it is here. But let's dive into the old Yokozuna right here. And there he is, Yoko, old Yoko, like young John Lennon singing about Yoko Ono right here is what we got going on. Big red robe on this one, big black tie there. WWE, True Effects, Yokozuna, 8 and up. You 7-year-olds, get the heck out of here. It's too dangerous for you. Go up the steps, out the back door, through the deck, all the way down, through the grass, through the backyard. There is a gate back there. Go through that gate, then you got acres of fields. You got to walk those acres of fields. It's a little snowy, a little icy right now, but you'll get through it. Keep going. There's like a pond. Hopefully the ice is thick enough you can walk across it. You might have to swim across it. Who knows? Then there's a fence. Climb that fence, and then there's the interstate. Lay down on the interstate. That is safer than this figure if you're under 8 years old. Let me tell you. Somebody fact check that if you want to. But Yokozuna looking good right there. Yokozuna on the side. Yokozuna on the side. And then on the back, guess what? Yokozuna once again. Cross-sell down below, unboxing all these on the channel. Jibber jabber. And then we got the tail of the tape. Got the blurb. Let's see what it says about our friend Yokozuna. Height 6'4", 589 pounds. Titles WWE Champion, World Tag Team Champion. Did you know Yokozuna made history as the winner of the very first match in the history of Monday Night Raw? How about that? And very fitting, as for the first time ever, Monday Night Raw is headed to Netflix January 6th, so it'll be interesting to see the changing of the guards and who will have the first match of the Netflix generation. We'll have to stay tuned for that. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic prison time. Yoko's locked in there tight. He's locked in there with twist ties. They don't want the big man going anywhere. I can imagine. If he's just going anywhere, he's not going anywhere too fast, of course. And these are some tight twist ties here. Can barely get my scissors in there. But where there's a will, there's a way. There's no doubt. And I'm going to cut him out of there. Oh my gosh, locked up there at the hands. Locked up down here as well. But I think we got him. We got Yoko ready to come out. There we go. Can I get this bucket out? There it is. Hand. We're on the move here. We got hands. We got all the hands you could want with Yokozuna. And then we got Yokozuna himself. Oh my gosh, we got tape on the robe. There's only one thing worse than tape on a cape. It's tape on a robe. But we got that too for whatever reason there. There it is. Plastic prison. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to it. Let's start with the accessories on Yokozuna here. And a lot of different stuff with this one. Of course, a bit of a re-release with a twist, of course, as we know these are. But vastly different than the last versions of Yoko. And we'll talk about that here in a second. But we got 2 fists of Yokozuna Fury out of the package here. And then we get extra hands. We got the splayed out hands, so you can do the whole Yokozuna thing. The sumo wrestler thing if he wants to. He can give you one of these like a young E Honda if you're not careful. Or he can just paintbrush you. Or he can give you a high five. You can do all kinds of things with those hands. We also get the gripping hands for him. And if you're going to grip it and rip it, you better do it with your salt bucket. Or is this a rice bucket? I think it's a salt bucket. But we've seen this before. Getting the most out of our molds. Re-releasing this. I mean, who else are you going to release this one? Maybe a Mr. Fuji in the future? Can we get Mr. Fuji signed to a Legends deal? We want the bowler hat. We want the wrestling variety. We want Yokozuna's manager. We want one that'll feed a dog to somebody, Jimmy Snuka. We want that one too. Get us all the Mr. Fujis. We got the salt bucket right here. Nothing worse as a kid. I remember just thinking, man, you get salt in your eyes, you're just blinded. It's one of the worst things that could ever happen to you. Always fearing Mr. Fuji throwing that salt. And he wouldn't throw it like a baseball. He'd give it one of those. Just a boom right there in the eyes. Dangerous time with that salt. And it was probably baby powder. I don't think it was ever really salt because you can't see salt. It doesn't go. The baby powder gives the effect. Magician's tricks right there. I learned that from David Copperfield. Shout out to David Copperfield, of course. But diving into Yokozuna here, he does got the big robe, and this robe is new. This makes this feel different, so I like that, hey, we've had this Yokozuna numerous times. We had it part of the Walmart flashback. We had it, what was it, Elite 16? That was with the checkered robe. Of course, Yokozuna, huge Cheap Trick fan. He loves Robin Zander, huge Robin Zander guy, of course, and he also enjoyed Bunny Carlos. So shout out to Bunny up there in Rockford, rocking at Mary's Place every Monday night or the first Monday of the month, whatever it is. Shout out to Bunny Carlos, shout out to Yokozuna, but he had that checkered robe, but this time we got the straight up red robe. So I like some changes, like some differences with this one here. You do got that black tie knot here. I'm going to have to yell at my wife and say, Angie, I need your help because I'm never going to be able to tie this knot this pretty again. And if she can't do it, I might have to go to the local Boy Scout troop to get some help from them. So we'll see what ends up happening in the future. News at 11, of course, as we say. But a nice soft goods rope on this one. Would have been nice to have a little wire in here. Would have been cool, but it is a nice soft goods rope. Really being stretched to its it's as far as it can possibly go. Looking very good there. But I guess let's start with Yokozuna and the head sculpt. Pretty Yokozuna head we've seen numerous times. There's no new ground being broke here with Yokozuna. He's just got an absolutely disgusted face on there. It's like he went to an all-you-can-eat hibachi grill and they told him they were out of meat. And he's just like, are you kidding me? Just the worst look you could get if you're a chef at a hibachi grill and Yokozuna runs in. I think a lot of times he'd run in and everybody would run out. I think that's what happened, but could be wrong. Does got that bun up there. Of course, the sumo bun got going on there with his hair looking very good. Of course, Yoko looking big, bad, looking nationwide like a young ZZ Top. He is definitely in charge. Got that big sumo diaper over the front. Got the strands down here in the hard plastic. That could have been soft cloth goods. That would have been something different they could have done. Black tights throughout on there as well. A little belly button poking through. You could probably hide in that belly button if you wanted to. I got the big old feet down here, of course, bare feet on Yoko. And you do got the wrappings down there on his feet as well. 2 fists of fury, very small fist on Yokozuna for as big as he is, of course, as we know. Double jointed pinless elbows on this one. That is one of the great updates with this figure. Of course, arms all the way around. Bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, hands back and forth, side to side, removable. Got those buggy whip arms, as it's told in the, it was foretold by the elders once upon a time. Hula hoop up top, traditional head, back and forth, side to side, up and down, head removable if you want it to be. A little bit of waist movement there. Those big old Yoko splits. Watch out. He's going to sit on you if you're not careful. Leg does go up. Double jointed pinned knees. The big old legs for Yoko. Boot cut there. I guess calf cut, skin cut, whatever you want to call it. Ankles back and forth, side to side. And he does got a hole in his foot where sometimes we get those like little squares going on, but he's actually got the hole in his foot this time. So we're going to try to stick him on a stand. What do you know? He's fitting on a ringside collectible stand. Now this one, of course, with the black tights, the red. We got the white in the chase one. We'll unbox that in a future video. Stay tuned to that very, very soon. But I'll leave at least one of them with the robe on, one with the robe off. Try to make them as different as possible. Use different hands. One has the salt bucket. One does not have the salt bucket. You get the whole rigmarole by now. That's what we're going to do with Yoko. But I did mention Yoko. We had him from Elite 16. We had him from the flashback. But he did have the checkered robe with that one. So there is definitely some differences between the two. I believe we got this head with his latest Ultimate as well. So mixing the heads around, making it feel like a new Yokozuna figure, which would be fine if they release this a couple years from now. But we're hot on the heels of those Ultimates. It's just Yokozuna overload at this point here, and I feel like if they could have spaced it out a little bit better, probably would have been better for sales and things. But I'm sure there's a reason. Like I said, probably a run on Yokozuna parts going on. Who knows? But we do got, of course, the Ultimate here, looking good in white, and then we got the other Ultimate. Once again, got to make them as different as possible. That's exactly what I did here. He's got the checkered robe on this one here. Doesn't want to stand on that stand. Look at that, just a forward face flop on Yokozuna. We got him going on, though, in the Ultimate Edition line as well. So 2 Ultimates. We got these 2. We've had other Yokozunas as well. I think if we get any more Yokozunas, we need another stab at the bearded Yokozuna from kind of the late in the run Yoko from the WWF back in the day. I think that's the next one we need. We got one a long time ago. I believe that was a Target exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. If they could update that one if we need another Yoko. Maybe if they can go way back to the day when he was Kokina, I think it was his name. Something like that would be pretty cool as well. But for right now, I'm Yokozuna'd out. I don't know about you, but I still got the Chase to unbox, so I guess I got one more in me. But there it is from the Vault Series 3 ringside exclusive, Yokozuna. What's your thoughts on this one? What Yokos would you like to see? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. Appreciate the support over there. ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget my book, now available on Kindle. It is the complete guide to the Jakks Class Superstars series by yours truly, just shy of 700 pages. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. And don't forget, newly on TikTok for all my dance moves. I'm working on a Yokozuna interpretive dance that will be released soon, so stay tuned for that over there on TikTok. So for Yokozuna from the Vault Series 3, I am Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon.